Are you ready to meet the king of the canine world? Not literally, of course, but in Japan they're considered as such. These dignified canines have been worshipped as deities, served as loyal samurai companions, and even inspired tales of heroism that continue to amaze us today. Yep, we're talking about the great Akita, a pooch so extraordinary that they've become known as the Japanese equivalent of the golden retriever. God, and believe me, these guys have some seriously impressive stuff going on under their thick, fluffy coats. So let us dive into what makes the Akita one of the most unique and fascinating breeds out there. And if you like dogs, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. First, let's talk about what these canines look like. We're not talking about looks in terms of good or bad here. We're just giving you the facts. Let's get ready to be amazed by the sheer power and majesty of the Akita. These big boys and girls are anything but delicate. They're large and muscular with a broad chest and a tail that curls over their back, giving them a regal, almost lion-like appearance. Now let's take a closer look at their size, because these guys come into varieties. Males typically grow to be around 26 to 28 inches tall and weigh between 100 and 130 pounds, while females are slightly smaller, measuring around 24 to 26 inches tall and weighing between 70 and 100 pounds. Don't be fooled by their seemingly massive size. Despite their imposing stature, Akitas are known for being gentle giants, which means they're usually quite calm and well-mannered, despite their size. Also, their dense double coat is thick enough to keep them warm during the harshest winters. And it comes in 3 different colors: white, red, or brindle. But no matter what color your Akita may be, they'll always have striking dark, deep-set eyes that are full of intelligence and expression. Okay, so now that we've got their looks covered, let's move on to their temperament. These pups are loyal to a fault, but here's the interesting part. They only bond with a select few humans, meaning they can be quite picky when it comes to choosing their favorite people. However, once they've made up their mind, they're in it for the long haul. You will have a companion for life, because these dogs do the whole puppy dog eyes thing to get your attention. They're reserved, calm, and confident, and they don't need constant reassurance from their owners. In fact, they're quite independent and can be left alone for longer periods without getting too bored or destructive. Plus, they're not the type of dog that will jump all over you when you come home. They're more of the subtle type, but they'll definitely let you know when they're not happy about something. And while they're not exactly known for being lapdogs, they are quite affectionate towards their favorite people. Just don't expect them to shower you with kisses all day long. And if you're thinking about getting an Akita, it's important to note that they're not the best choice for first-time owners. They need a strong leader who can provide clear direction and consistent training. And if you're already experienced with dogs, you might still want to think twice before bringing an Akita into your home. They're not known for being the most obedient or easy to train, so you need to be patient and consistent in your approach. And because of their loyalty to their own kind, they may not get along with other dogs, especially those of the same sex. But with the right socialization and training, they can live harmoniously with other pets. Just be prepared to put in the work. And lastly, they're not necessarily great with kids, so it's best to keep them away from young children. If you have older, well-behaved kids, then it should be fine. Just make sure to socialize your dog early and often. Overall, they're pretty quiet unless they sense danger or are trying to communicate with you. They're definitely not the type of dog that barks just for the sake of barking. But when they do bark, it's usually for a good reason. So pay attention to what your furry friend is trying to tell you. Now let's talk about the history of the Akita. These dogs have a rich history that dates back hundreds of years. Originally from the mountainous Akita prefecture in northern Japan, they were bred to hunt large game like wild boars and bears. And let's face it, there's nothing more exciting than a dog that can take down a boar. During feudal times, they were owned by samurai who prized their strength, courage, and loyalty. And as a result, they became known as the dogs of the samurai. But as the centuries passed, their ownership became restricted to nobles, and commoners were forbidden from owning them. But sadly, after World War II, they were nearly wiped out due to widespread famine and disease. However, thanks to the efforts of dedicated breeders, they were saved from extinction and eventually declared a national monument of Japan. Today, they are one of the most popular breeds in Japan and are also found in many other countries around the world. And while they were originally bred for hunting, today they make wonderful companions and guard dogs. So if you're looking for a dog that can do it all, the Akita might just be the one for you. But don't get too excited just yet. These dogs aren't all sunshine and rainbows. There are some potential health issues that you need to be aware of. Hip dysplasia, which is a condition that affects the hip joint, causing pain and inflammation. Bloat, also known as gastric dilatation, valvulus, which occurs when the stomach fills with air and twists, cutting off its blood supply. Hypothyroidism, which happens when the thyroid gland doesn't produce enough hormones, leading to weight gain, lethargy, and other problems. Progressive retinal atrophy, which is a degenerative eye disease that can lead to blindness. And autoimmune issues, which occur when the body's immune system attacks its own tissues and organs. As you can see, these health issues can range from uncomfortable to potentially life-threatening. But the good news is that there are things you can do as a responsible owner to help prevent and manage these conditions. Regular vet checkups, a balanced diet, and plenty of exercise can go a long way in keeping your Akita happy and healthy. And it's also important to work with a reputable breeder who screens their dogs for genetic health issues. With proper care and attention, your Akita can live a long and fulfilling life by your side. So when it comes to taking care of an Akita, it's essential to be proactive and informed. These majestic dogs are prone to certain health conditions, but with the right knowledge and care, you can help ensure they live a long, happy life. Let's start with the basics. Ask your vet about hip x-rays for your Akita, especially if they'll be doing a lot of running or jumping. Hip dysplasia can cause pain and mobility issues, so it's important to catch any problems early on. Your vet can also check for other potential issues during routine exams. Thyroid tests are another essential part of your Akita's healthcare. Hypothyroidism is a common condition in dogs and can cause a range of symptoms from weight gain to lethargy. By monitoring your Akita's thyroid levels, you can catch any problems early and work with your vet to develop a treatment plan. And don't forget about eye exams. Many dog breeds are prone to certain eye conditions, and it's important to monitor your Akita's eyes for any signs of trouble. Regular eye exams can help detect problems early, allowing for timely intervention and treatment. Proactive pet insurance can help cover the cost of unexpected vet bills, giving you peace of mind. By taking these steps, you can help ensure that your Akita stays happy, healthy, and by your side for years to come. When it comes to daily care, the Akita is a relatively low-maintenance breed. They don't need a ton of grooming, but they do require a few key things to stay happy and healthy. First off, they need to eat high-quality food that's formulated for large breeds. Because of their size, they're prone to certain health issues like hip dysplasia and bloat, so it's important to feed them a diet that supports healthy growth and development. This means opting for a large breed formula that's specifically designed to meet their nutritional needs. Additionally, because of their tendency for bloat, it's important to avoid feeding them from a raised bowl. Instead, they should eat from a low, wide bowl to prevent swallowing air while they eat. It's also important to feed them smaller, more frequent meals rather than to large ones. This can help reduce the risk of bloat and keep their energy levels steady throughout the day. When it comes to exercise, they need a moderate amount of daily activity, but it's important not to overdo it, especially when they're young. Over-exercising can put unnecessary stress on their joints and lead to health problems down the road. So aim for a couple of walks per day and some playtime in the yard. Lastly, regular vet visits are crucial for any dog, but especially for larger breeds like Akitas. They're more susceptible to certain health issues, so it's important to catch any problems early on. With a little bit of care and attention, you can help your Akita live a long, happy, and healthy life. The Akita Inu is truly a remarkable breed, with a rich history and a loyal heart. While they may not be the right fit for every owner, those who earn their trust and respect will never regret it. Their calm demeanor, strength, and quiet dignity make them the perfect companion for those seeking a devoted and protective partner. So if you're willing to put in the time and effort required to raise an Akita, you may just find yourself with a furry friend who will stick by your side through thick and thin. And hey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.